What's good, Taurus? TT is here with a telepathic message from somebody's person to you, Taurus. As always, we're going to do a them versus you. We're going to get their energy, see who exactly they are, and then we're going to tap into your energy, Taurus, and see who within our Taurus collective this is for. You could be a masculine, feminine Taurus. It doesn't matter. It's just energy. So, let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you're new, welcome to our love nest over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. If you're returning, welcome back, you guys. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. As y'all know, I'm a conversationalist, so I'm gonna do that exactly how I always do it. This is one of those type of conversations that I feel is there's a spiritual element and then there's a physical mundane element, so you're gonna have to be able to flip flop between the spiritual 5D and the physical 3D with me and kind of go on that journey to really get a full scope of what this message is really about. All right, I feel like, Taurus, whoever this soulmate energy is, you share a past life resonance with this soul. You guys have very positive vibes that you share. You have a very important signature about the both of you that is unique, is multi-duplicit. It's one of those types of connections where it's not the fluff, it's not the fantasy, there's no inhibition. It's really just raw soul to soul contact, connection. It's a chord, it's a heart chord that nobody else can tamper with, but many have tried and failed. All right, so you have to be a Taurus that has, yeah, you may have been in love, went through significant heartbreaks, kissed a few frogs, right? But the important element for the Taurus that this is for, you are perceived by the outside world as someone that's incapable of loving another person, someone that is, emotionally cut off. You may be referred to as cold when it comes to love, or unable to actually open up to love. It's like that it factor that seems to not be able to like jimmy this key, okay? Because I feel like many have tried to crack the code in you, Taurus, to open you up, and your counterpart as well. However, only you two possess the keys to unlock each other, and that's that 5D self-love journey, that self-love connection, compatibility that is sacred, safe, and no one else, even a karmic partner, can't tamper with. No other galactic federation or anything like that can tamper with it. It's almost like that you guys are always together, even if you're not together. You just know that there's a soul connection that you share with someone that supersedes time, space, and all reality. It's like it's in your DNA. It can't be carbon copied by anyone else. You may get like remnants of this person's energy in certain people, like pieces, remnants in this person, that person, and you may feel like, oh my God, that's them. But it's like, no, that's not it. Or, oh my God, that's them, but something's missing. And I feel like you and your counterpart share that same type of like the same type of like excitement and then let down, excitement and then let down. And you may have felt like there's something wrong with you. Your counterpart may feel like something's wrong with them, but really it's because you guys haven't made that physical 3D connection. I'm being drawn to the scene out of it's like it's a real Cinderella story. All right, but before you get to the chapter of the Cinderella story, it's like you go through the chapter of, you go through the story of Beauty and the Beast, and that's the karmic layer that I'm gonna try to describe as best as I can. And when I say Cinderella story, I mean it's one of those connections where for one person, they live one type of life. that seems very privileged, right? There's a lot of, ups and downs and turmoil, but this person, excuse me, is unable to marry someone, or they're unable to love another person to the point of bringing them to that phase on their journey where they want to settle down or create an alliance or an allegiance with another soul. So that's one aspect of the journey. That could be you or them, Taurus. For the other person, it feels like that that archetype of you weren't supposed to be in a particular place, but you landed there. It's like, for example, Cinderella, came from a great family. But the dynamic of losing her mother and her father and being left to like that karmic family member, and the correlation between the siblings and the family, and going through the difficulties of being overlooked, mistreated, and treated as if, second best all the time. And I feel like the correlation there was always creating this resistance of neither people ever being able to come across or come in contact with each other. So the struggles of ever running into each other is like one in a million. You know what I'm saying? So much adversity, so much outside factors that are designed to kind of keep those two people apart. So that's what I'm referring to as far as the archetypes of that dynamic being played out. But, the moment those two souls, even had time together, quality time together to talk, walk, have a conversation, it was a no-brainer from there. It's a familiarity from that past life that can't be erased, or broken, okay? And no other shoe will fit, okay? No other person could replace that type of signature print, okay? Now, transitioning into this, aligning to that storyline, there's that, I would describe it as like flipping the page, okay? So flipping the page, if we were going to refer to chapter 1, Beauty and the Beast, chapter 2, Cinderella, is that dynamic of, from chapter 1, there's that push and pull of like, let go, right? In a lot of ways, Belle did what she had to do to kind of like teach and help the beast kind of like open up and do different things like that. She acquired a lot of mastery, right? And stay with me, I know I'm rambling, but I have to tie it together, okay? So in the phase of the beast, right? Think of that as dating people that have that same energy of the beast, how he started off really mean and very cold and all those types of different things. Her character represented someone that was, embarking a lot of wisdom and giving a lot of assistance and help and things like that. But truthfully, it was through the conversations, it was through the dialogue, the quality time and things like that, the healing from the interaction, despite the external, normal things. Like, think of it like if the beast was going to therapy, walks in the park, conversations was like the therapy, right? From the movie standpoint. And when it was time when Belle had other things that she had to tend to, she had to leave the beast, right? And he had to let her go. And a part of that transformation, he was able to break his own curse. He was able to break down that beastly wall that made it difficult for him to experience his own true nature. So if we we shift the chapter, or we flip the page to chapter 2, now we have someone that has worked out their beastly energy, and they are gearing up or preparing themselves to take on a mantle, have a responsibility, juggle multiple things from a standpoint of like a prince, a boss, a CEO, a position, or something of that sort. And with this newfound leadership, divinity, or whatever you want to refer to it as, it's the same concept. If we look at it from a descending standpoint, he was always a prince, he was always royal, but he had to break the curse, right? Now, the reason why I'm giving you the analogy of the Cinderella story is because the piece of the Ella, right? The piece of that part also shows a facet of that transition, okay? And that's where I feel like it's like you've been jumping stories. That's what I'm seeing here. There's a Taurus that has been like jumping stories, and with every relationship there's remnants of the old story that carries over into the new story, but the actual fairy tale ending is with two people having sorted out their karmic curses, their karmic bonds with other people or even within themselves, and now they have shed all that skin and all those layers, and they can have that moment in time where they can celebrate, right? And they can see each other for who they are on a soul level, without all the mask, without all the curses, without all the spells and things that binded them from being able to show up for each other. And sometimes in a mundane sense, 3D realm, showing up for someone can look like, you know, being so engulfed in your career or a workaholic, you come off very beastly, male or female, doesn't matter. And you're just, you know, spinning your gears, and you're focused on, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. I got to do this. I got to do that. You don't really get to take the time to just be, right? And I feel like the piece out of the Cinderella story about how the struggle was just about wanting ultimately to do what you love. All right. Both characters wanted to do what they loved, but so many lifetimes of going through different storylines, it becomes like a big blur. So I feel like many of you that will resonate with this, you're probably on your last lifetime of reincarnating to do this type of mission or this type of work. So all those lifetimes of being Beauty and the Bees, of being brave, of being every love story ever told, it's like you can resonate with every love story ever told because you've lived it in multiple lifetimes. So now take all that Akashic record and blend them, right? Because now your body remembers every possible scenario, every possible timeline. And when you're in this present reality, all those lifetimes from a spiritual space, the closet door opens and all of those memories come flooding up. All of those past life energies come forward, and you feel like, I know that person, but I've done that story before. I don't want to do that story again. I'm waiting for my fairy tale. I'm waiting for my happily ever after. And what that is like, your DNA knows that you're going to have that happily ever after, but settling for just another version of a story you've already lived before doesn't resonate anymore. Okay? So I feel like this phase is different for the both of you. Okay? This is about you being able to recognize your counterpart, not by what you both have, not by what you both physically have or have obtained the titles of your status, right? If I was to describe the Cinderella story, pretty much the prince didn't tell Cinderella that he was the prince. Cinderella didn't tell the prince that she was Cinder, living with her step-parents in an unfavorable lifestyle, right? So there's an element of mystery, right? There's an element of, you don't know me, I don't know you. We have double lives, right? But we're communicating with each other. And a part of them communicating with each other during that transaction, there was an element between the two of them where it was kind of like, I'll see you when I see you. There was no expectation of, you're going to be here and I want you to know who I am and you need to respect me for my titles, or you need to respect me for my position or my status in life. It was just two normal people that bumped into each other, and for whatever reason, they wanted to show up for each other. Simple. Yeah, they wanted to show up for each other, and that was kind of like the beginning of that new story. And it's like outside people knew it, so they created adversity to kind of say you can't do that, right? So for the prince perspective, his family, his status was saying, you can't do that. That doesn't go well together. She will never fit into your world or whatever. And so he found a loophole, or he found a way to still open up that option or open up that window. And it was through the party, right? It was through the consummation of his own success where that door was open, right? Same concept with Cinderella. She was told that if she handled all her responsibilities and she did her chores, right, those people that were holding her down would support her going, right? Would make a way for her to go. But at the last minute, things happened. And what happened? The stepmother destroyed her dress, made it very difficult for her to go. So she was giving up on her opportunity to go somewhere, to just have fun for a moment, to let her hair down, whatever the reasons were. And it took a miracle. And that miracle gave her the confirmation that she needed to know that even if we have to create a pumpkin, if we have to use our imagination to bring the opportunity together, it will happen. So she got on that ride and she made it where she needed to go, and nobody recognized her. You know what I'm saying? It was an element of surprise that was important in that storyline. So let's take it back, right? Because that's a 5D storyline as well from a standpoint of fiction and fantasy, right? But applying it to the 3D realm, in our current reality, this lifetime. Okay. Think of it like there's financial obligations that prevent you from being able to get somewhere. There's lifestyle, distance, transportation, resources that prevent certain things from happening. Maybe like all your family's giving you a fucking hard time, or you just feel like there's test after test after test, and you're still having to show up and be happy and hold that Empress energy. But it feels like all of the storyline, all of the adversity is pointed towards that Empress energy. And no one is supporting or promoting you breaking that curse. It's not designed to support the Empress breaking that curse. I feel like this is about you tapping into faith, belief beyond measure, just as Cinderella had to tap into faith and belief beyond measure. That was the component that broke all the bonds of the spiritual restrictions around her being able to show up where she wanted to go. To just be accepted and included, even though she was so different, right? And I feel like this is like bottom of the deck, family. You know what I'm saying? So family is a big adversity for many. Family, money, distance, okay? Wanting to go somewhere, but feeling as if due to these obligations, these duties, you can't get somewhere. And this could be flip-flop it however you need, but I feel like for the both of you, you have karmic partners that are doing whatever is necessary to remind the both of you that what you know to be true is a figment of your imagination, and it's a figment of your expectations of what you know you deserve. And maybe you need to just lower your standards. And it's not about standards for you, Taurus. I feel like it's about something inside of your heart already knows where, who, and how something's supposed to play out. And when the scenarios, like, you know, when you stick a key inside of a groove and they kind of like have the ridges on it, that key just fits. You know what I'm saying? It's going to turn and it's going to get things moving. But if that transaction never happens or that key's never inserted, that momentum never begins. And this is why the karmic energies that are designed to be the antagonists in the stories are so heightened right now. Because I feel like it's like there's this third party energy that's saying no, 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 both directions between you and your soul mate. Okay. So I feel like yeah. We have fair male, lighter or darker soulmate. So there's like this shy energy. So someone may be more shy. Yeah, I have a shy soulmate. Like at this, both you and someone else, you and someone else are very shy. Yeah, y'all are shy. And I feel like there's someone that's blocking. Okay? There's someone that's blocking this past life connection. This would feel like new love to you, Taurus. I heard that song by Luther Vandross. Ribbon in the sky for our love. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I want to say it's one-sided, but I don't feel like it's one-sided. Someone likes to keep you, Taurus, in a very, like when you start opening up your heart or you're way more compassionate and kind, it's like a button is pressed and it's like Osmosis Jones. The warning goes out and everybody is rushing and they're like, go get Taurus. Stop them. Don't let them. And this person, this karmic person is like if you've ever watched the movie Osmosis Jones, there was like this very ancient, what was the thing? It was this very ancient contagion thing that where nobody was able to cure the man or whatever because they didn't have pretty much like the cure, or his body couldn't fight it off because they hadn't seen that virus it was a virus, right? But you saw like in the movie, he was holding like, he had so many souls that he collected. Okay, so this soul, all the souls that it collected by taking them out in that way. So there's something about wanting to take someone out and collect a soul, but that soul can't be collected because they share a connection with you. And if you remember in the movie Osmosis Jones, he shared a connection with his daughter. So when she cried, it kind of gave him like the boost that he needed to kind of like like wake him up. And there was things happening on the inside, and that's kind of like the 3D and the spiritual realm that I'm trying to describe here. And this virus wants to keep the both of you so shy and afraid of coming towards each other that you miss your mark. Okay, because this virus is like, if I can keep Taurus bedridden or sick, all right, I feel like y'all may have had near life death experiences, or you have gone through series of like depression before, or mental health issues, which we all go through. But I feel like at a moment where you felt like you were about to be checked out or you weren't going to survive, something brought you back and you wanted to live, right? Because what happened in Osmosis Jones, after he was brought back, he started to change his life, right? He started to eat healthier. He started to do better. So something about this connection between the both of you, you're going to do better and heal each other, accept each other as you are. And so many other people are going to feel inspired by your connection, and they're going to want to do better, live better, and things like that. So that virus' main goal is to keep you stubborn, so stubborn and restricted that you're fixed in your ways, and you'll never change, and you'll never work on yourself, and you'll never try to do better, because this is all I know. This is the pattern. This is what my foreparents did. This is the story that I've been on, the cycle I've been on. Because I think he contracted the virus from like eating off the ground, and then he had like his daughter, and he was doing her like that. She was like, "Don't eat off the ground," da, 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 da. And he was like, "Oh girl, whatever." And he ate off the ground, and then he got a really bad fever. So that's kind of like the storyline that I'm getting here. It's like this virus is trying to claim your soul and your person's soul, but the bond that you share between each other makes it difficult to deceive you. It makes it difficult to detour your paths down different ways, because y'all are getting closer and closer and closer, and you're healing. And this virus is like, once I set in and I'm there, ain't no coming out. It ain't no, you can't extract me. But the whole process that was happening with Osmosis Jones is that he fought it off. And that's kind of like what I'm seeing here as well. It's so many stories, that visions that I'm having of different stories at once. And I feel like the reason why that's happening is because y'all have lived a lot of these stories in past lives. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have been like hunted, and many stories that are, told now, the fables, the fictions, and things like that, are really real stories from the Akashic record. And they come in like downloads, and then we retell them and rewrite them and things like that. But they are true stories from past lives that have been kind of like rewritten, watered down, and things like that. So it's not so gruesome. Something's going to try to control you and hold you back and say, I can't do something, but you can. Really, you can travel, you can make time, you can take time off work. I'm telling you, it's something about a twin flame journey here. There's, for one person, there's family that's keeping someone from embarking on opening up to a person and communicating. And for the other person, there's immature connections, immature. I feel like the children aspect may represent children, but it may just be like immature karmic relationships and things like that. This is interesting. So there's this like this element of like, I hate the distance. I hate that we can't, we can't be together. There's something about, I hate that I can't change the dynamics. So whoever's coming in, Taurus, is saying like, I hate that I can't change the dynamics, or that I'm stuck to this particular storyline and another person is on another storyline, but y'all are like parallel, which means you're in alignment, but you're parallel because something hasn't merged. You haven't, there's a point on the timeline from the Akashic records where you're going to be aligned, riding parallel along this journey or this timeline, and then you're supposed to merge. But this virus, okay, is trying to make sure that y'all don't meet that merger, and that it buys them more time and y'all could repeat a cycle, okay, with other karmic partners or just a karmic lesson in itself. So it's about to get real, okay? That's how I feel. Shit is about to get real between family, karmics, all right? And I use the words karmics very loosely because all of us have storylines, but in certain stories that we're all existing in simultaneously, some people are assigned to be the villain and some people are assigned to be the victor. And this is kind of like, this is how it goes, okay? It's just how it goes. All of it's a big ass party. I'm telling you, it's a journey. I don't know. Either you may need to take a train or a plane, or something about a train is significant. It's been a journey. This could be the 10 months, 10 years. Someone may have been getting over, okay? Your person, Taurus, may have been getting over the disappointment of a relationship for like forever. This could be 2 decades. This could be 10 years, 10 plus 20 years. Feeling as if like healing from the despair of a prior connection. And this is going to go both ways because it's not like y'all are mirroring each other, but y'all stories are parallel, okay? It's just different. Yeah, because someone, instead of focusing on love, it's like this. They pursued career. They pursued money. Yeah, never to marry. So someone is changing their story. They're rewriting their story. They're taking a trip or a journey and embarking on a new story. And this is spiritual alignment. This could be someone divorcing, okay? Breaking contracts. Someone had to recover from like I don't feel like this is like a virus. I mean, it could be like the osmosis Jones, like I was telling you about, but this could have been like the abandonment while going through some type of injury. Because I don't know why his arm looks injured. And there's a memory of someone like family, friends, or certain people not being there, or this person felt so alone. And I feel like in that space of feeling alone, I I don't know. I feel like this person was like escaping their situation and going in other dimensions or going other places. And I feel like somehow, some way, Taurus, through these dark periods that you guys went through, y'all souls lit up in the spiritual realm and y'all identified each other's light. There's an element of, I felt your light before, I felt your love, I know what that is, and now I have to, go about my life and come back here and exist. But I can never forget that type of potency, that type of high vibrational spiritual connection that we both found at our lowest points in our lives. There's that element there, okay? That's where it's like you found love, y'all found love. And so that journey of working on your expectations, working on what makes you happy in a relationship. It just really like something clicked, okay? And it was like, no, I know my person is out there and it's not here, or it's not what I'm doing right now. But before it could be another person, you guys decided that you were willing to put in the work on this self-love journey. All right. And get over the disappointments of the people that you felt like should have showed up for you. Finding more peace. Okay. Changing your relationship with money. Working on your facades, your ego, your identity. Teaching yourself new things. Inputting new codes, programs, and stuff like that. And this is supposed to be, you come into that merger. You're about to hit that merger here. So we have 40, 27, 22, 10, 65. I promise you, all day today, all I've seen is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Every time I look up. Dang. I'm telling you, this is there's some type of false counterpart here that wants to make sure that you don't come in contact with someone that they know. It's like in their DNA. They know that you're supposed to be with somebody else. And that they have been like a virus impersonating a real twin flame here. Damn. Well, we didn't make it to forever. Probably ain't getting back together. We ain't good, but we good. So this is energy of mature. Someone has finally, Taurus, this may be you or this may be someone else, but whoever the feminine is in this situation, she has realized that she can't let someone into her mind, into her subconscious mind or something like that. This feminine is pretty much saying like, I'm not allowing anyone that's lying, stealing, cheating, or, manipulative into their subconscious mind. You're not, it's like this door is closed to this person. All right. But this person feels like they can use or manipulate family to, like your family, your friends, to kind of like utilize the holiday seasons or different interactions with other people to kind of get you to reconsider that that document that you have put in. You know what I'm saying? This could be a restraining order or something like that. Someone could be trying to get someone to put down a restraining order. Put down a restraining order. Okay. Someone is the real deal. Okay? And this is someone that literally, I feel like, thinks about this feminine a lot. Oh. If you're a feminine Taurus, The masculine, like your true divine counterpart, literally may be revealing to you who they are. Like trying to help you put the pieces together so you don't miss this mark. Okay, 36 could be very significant. This have been maybe like a very long 6 years. The next 2 years may be very important. Okay, things are going to speed up over the next 2 years or something like that. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But I feel like this person, Taurus, is trying to help you spiritually not repeat a cycle. Your tooth came out? Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to come look. I'm telling you, egotism. Yes. This person is trying to help you in the spirit, like overcome this type of domination, control. They're trying to give you some like spiritual assistance. And I feel like their message to you is to like stand tall, stand firm in who you are. Be yourself, be bold. You're protected. I feel like they're speaking life into you from the spiritual realm, and they're telling you like not to change who you are. Not to change who you are. Something about not changing who you are out of fear that you won't make it. You won't make it to the marker. You won't make it to you won't make it to the good news or the good part. So they're trying to tell you that this person is bluffing. Like, yes, they can do their worst, but whatever it is that they do, they're trying to remind you, despite your physical reality of what you're dealing with, that y'all have already seen how it ends. So hold on to that, right? Yes, you might go through the period of having your dress ruined or having people ruin shit, losing stuff. Yes, you might go through the period of time of people laughing at you and making a laughing stock out of you. But you will have the last laugh, and that is a promise. Okay? That's a promise. You don't have to rush. You don't have to speed, because it's almost like they're not going anywhere. Yes, y'all got lifetime. Y'all have it's already been written. I just dropped all my cards, y'all. Yeah, I feel like this person is revealing to you exactly who they are. Yep, they've been helping you spiritually, like be independent. But I feel like there was a lot of confusion about who this person is in the spiritual realm, and not being able to put like have a confidence about what that life will look like. So I feel like in your dreams, this person is communicating to you, Taurus, in your dreams. You guys have touched each other in the spirit. There's something about in the astral realm. Y'all have visited each other, traveled to each other. This person has revealed to you. We have 9 here. So 9 could be a significant, either that's a life path number. We have 7 as well. 7, 8, 9. Something's already over. Because 7, 8, 9. Now that you know exactly who it is, or you're about to know who it is, or this person's going to reveal themselves to you, or something to that capacity in the physical, or give you confirmations in the physical, or something to that degree. You're going to be way like accurate. You're going to have an accurate knowing that no one will be able to separate or confuse you about anymore. And you're going to pass this test. But I feel like this person had to come to you in the spirit because you're still on this self-love journey. So 7, 8, 9, this person revealing themselves to you, or when they do, or if they already have, gives you the confidence that you need to go the remaining of however many years, or something to that degree. It's like the chapter's beginning, the next chapter is beginning, or something like that. The new story starts. But 7, 8, 9 is telling me that you trumped something. So I'm seeing, like, you know how you, when you want to stack or knock down a person's piece on a chessboard, you got to jump over them. So this move that this person makes trumps that next person's move. You feel me? So now you know that you've already claimed that piece on the board, and you've already claimed that, like, this is mine. All right. Now I'm hearing, thank you for my, that makes me feel some type of way. Y'all, she over here trying to pull out her own teeth. Teeth? Just do something to me. Okay. Don't pull it out yourself. Take it to the doctor. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Hold on. My whole life, I had a traumatic experience when I was a little girl. My dad used to, like, tie our teeth to a string and close the door. And he did it like 4 times and my tooth never came out. And from there, I was like, nope. And then they kept yanking it. So come to find out, all my overbites and stuff like that was because my baby teeth roots were never deteriorating. So I had to go actually to the doctor, and they were saying that it would have been very difficult and more painful for me than to try to do it themselves. So it was like torture. And so they put me to sleep or whatever. They put like laughing gas and stuff like that. Long story short, I don't do those things. Oh, I don't do those things. You gotta put me down, okay? But like I was 7, 7, 8, 9. So that 8 represents as within, so without, right? Now, when this person comes in, or this karmic person comes towards you or your person to kind of like pull on your heartstrings and make you feel pity for them, or make you feel like, oh, they care, they're gonna change, all of that, whoop doop, you're gonna stop pitying people and sacrificing yourself, because you've already learned that you're good on the inside and you're okay with them not being okay, and it's nothing to do with you. So there's something about you needing to be okay on the inside, and have that confirmation of, like, you were out there in fog on a ship sailing in a direction in the sea of forgetfulness, trying to remember something that you couldn't even see, right? And then finally the smoke clouds clear and you're like, all along, you know, this was a virus. This Karmic was just a virus. Yeah, because it was trying to cloud y'all judgment. But you guys are slaying this Jabberwocky, okay? And the both of you are doing it like at the same time. Now this could be like a very it's like a false energy. It's an energy. I don't know. Every time I see this card, it look like his eyes is like dark underneath or something like that. Definitely a karmic. So you've been what came up? Look at this shit. I said it. I literally just said that. The devil. And the Two of Pentacles was trying to keep you insecure and unsure, trying to keep this Empress unsure about closing their psyche, all right? Not allowing this person to manipulate their psyche. That's what I feel like it was about. And vice versa, both of you guys, you and your divine counterpart, have been dealing with the devious lies, the prejudice, these devious people who are only concerned with promoting themselves, and they want you to sacrifice yourselves to be stuck in that virus, right? Ooh. Yeah, I feel like the divine stepped in. That's the ribbon in the sky that I was seeing, okay? All right, you see how like it's motorcycle? Somebody was trying to cheat death here by giving you their illness, because they got some type of devil that's a collector. This whoever these karmics are, it's like Mr. Facilier, okay? So it's like those karmics have done so many lies, they've told so many stories, they've done so many things, they've been so wicked to the point where that ancient virus is coming to collect, right? And it backfires, okay? But it was like, if they could get you and your person, your divine counterpart, to sacrifice yourselves for the sake of feeling sorry for the karmic person, then it would sever that conjunction between you and your divine counterpart, and it would create it'd pretty much be like them completing their contract, and then that devil energy would have given them more time versus collecting them instead. So the karmics had some type of contract where it was like, if you're unable to take them down, then we're going to collect your contract in exchange for theirs. So it was very, like, they were extremely hell-bent on, yeah, putting y'all back in y'all matrix. You know what I'm saying? Putting y'all back in y'all cubicles, y'all incubations, whatever they want to call it. Getting y'all back depressed and unhealthy and unhappy all over again. But y'all have done too much work on yourself to go back. No. So I feel like y'all are not lonely anymore. You guys are, you and your divine counterpart are not lonely. I'm not picking up on Tauruses that are like unhappy with being on their own. Like, y'all genuinely love yourselves. All right. And this is your karmic justice. To be able to overthrow the initiative, the malicious initiative to like have you guys break each other's heart. They wanted you to break each other's heart, you know, but y'all decided to stand up. And 7, 8, 9, and now what was intended to confuse the both of you becomes their hex, their spell, their curse, and it doesn't belong to you and this counterpart anymore. This is dope. How could you be so heartless? All right, yeah, because you're going to be coming off as someone, you're going to be celebrating, having fun. All right? You're going to be celebrating, having fun, and boundaries, or healthy boundaries, have been established here. Yup. And this person is not going to be able to shapeshift into your dreams or into your life and pretend as if, play and pull on your heartstrings and pretend like, you know, their old tricks don't work on you no more. Queen of Swords energy. That's dead and gone. You know this person is not your divine counterpart, and you gonna wait, honey. You gonna wait, and this is the test that you passing. And this person, like I said, and you're gonna be able to do it without closing up your heart chakra and being cold and resentful. At the very least, that's how they wanted to leave you: broke, bitter, disgusted, and broken. But they're not gonna win. You feel what I'm saying? They're not gonna win. And I feel like you're saying to this person, like, yeah, you had to tell this person, like, you're not okay. And I feel like what this person, what your what your counterpart needed to know is that not restricting their love and not being able to let you feel it, okay, wasn't going to help them get through the darkness. They needed you to keep that love flowing, keep that love open, and that's what helps them break through the illusions and the spells and the curses, okay? Because we have 5, 6, 7. So yeah, there was a spell, there was a curse, there was something that was being done maliciously. Damn. And so yeah, they're gonna be bitter because it's like that moment where no one would have thought that the girl's tears was going to be the cure. You know what I'm saying? Because they thought they succeeded by preventing them from being able to speak to each other. They cut off some type of form of communication. So some type of form of communication was cut off or intercepted, but it wasn't going to last long. See what I'm saying? So that communication is being brought back online. It's like, don't do that again. Do not cut communication and leave Taurus out here to fend for themselves. Don't do that. Respectfully. I feel like Taurus, whoever you are, you're like, hey, listen, don't do that. That's not okay. Don't cut me out. Don't shut me out. When you go through something difficult, leave your heart open, even if it's hard for you to do that, because it reassures, your counterpart that love is not conditional, it's unconditional in a realm where everyone has conditions. You get what I'm saying? So that was the objective of the enemy, was to make you become heartless to each other. It didn't work. I feel like some of you, it had nothing to do with the third party situation. It had something to do with, like, they were attacking your finances, okay? 10 of Pentacles, maybe for the both of you. They were attacking your finances. There was, like, deals, contracts that were being broken or not being committed to, choosing different routes, and then those people being mad because you're resisting the change or the bullying. You both were bullied. You and your counterpart, y'all were bullied in y'all lifetime. I feel like some of y'all were bullied for your body. All right, y'all were body shamed. Okay, y'all could have been in the type of professions that make you feel like you gotta look a certain way, do a certain thing, and for once in your life, you just wanted to do things your way without feeling like you had to, feeling like you had to, like, kiss ass or, people please. Yeah. And I feel like y'all broke through that illusion. Y'all saw, telling you, King and Queen of Swords, I can't make this shit up. This is the beast energy that I'm talking about. The Beauty and the Beast type of energy. Y'all had to go within and confront those things that felt like it was going to triumph over you. And you had to become the victors when they were trying to make you victims, and you weren't victims. You had to work on your expectations, and you had to go through discomforting things. I get this vibe of damn, I'm telling you, they tried to fuck with your housing. All right, they tried to make you like feel like you had to like sign a contract in order to be able to not have your houses foreclosed, evicted, financial this, like you had to run back to certain types of jobs, and partnerships with certain people that you haven't had to deal with in a long time that you've let go of. And it was all the objective of a third party energy. And like I said, it's an energy. It's not just one person. This energy has been expressed in all areas of your life. And it brought the both of you like completely irritated. Like, I don't want to be that person that has to literally like lie to kick it. You know what I'm saying? Why I gotta lie to kick it? Why we have to like literally put on all these fake fucking digital get downs? You know what I'm saying? Fake downloads and stuff like that. That's not the way somebody wanted to live or exist. I feel like the both of you guys felt like those people are just sleep. All right, they haven't realized that they're in the matrix, and I feel like you're just changing. Yep. It took a minute. It took a while to get this one off of you. This is telling me there was a lot of you had it coming for your work life, you had it coming for your romantic life, your family life, in all areas. And it was like trying to force and bully and dominate and rule and like create the perfect scenarios where you go back to a particular lifestyle that you knew almost took you out before. So why would you want to go back to it? But it was almost like the plot was twisted, but it was designed to put you in alignment with where you were always destined to be. So it was a blessing in disguise. Every single time your path was derailed off that train, it was so crazy because back in when was this? 2021. I remember having a dream. And I had posted it on my other channel. But I had a dream. And in that dream, it was... Wow, shut the front door. Okay, so in that dream, I had a dream that I was on a train. And the train derails. And like everybody, I wake up on this train there's fire, there's smoke, and there's people on the train, and everyone's like, they're alive, but they're not moving. And then I saw these like people with masks on come inside, like because of the smoke. And I'm laying there, and they're looking for me, right? And they're like grabbing each person, and every person that was still alive but maybe injured, they were like killing them. And then I woke up out of that dream, and that was one dream. And then the next it jumped scenes, and the next one I kept having the same dream of I'm in this apartment, and then there's like someone that's a maintenance man, and he's coming in, and the maintenance man is the last thing I always remember is I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm like super inviting, right? And I never pay attention to the fact that this person is watching me, stalking me, or anything like that. And every time I took him to the restroom to show him how to fix the toilet, he turns around and he's the last thing I see every single time. So, but I've never could see his face. So it was like, crazy dream that I had one night back in 2021. But I said all that because I felt like when I had my first hypnosis, right? I had like a quantum healing session or whatever. And this was last year. So pretty much in past lives, there was always the way that I always died was either being hung, my throat was sliced, or something like that. So when you have like a hypnosis and you go back into your Akashic and you have a certain type of experience, it's so vivid, it's so crazy, like, but it's so healing at the same time. But I used to, when I first started reading, I used to read and I used to hang my neck to the side, and I always used to get crooks in my neck. And so come to find out, like, the crooks in my neck, the frogs in my throat, and the things like that I was experiencing when I first started opening up to tarot and different things like that was associated to past life trauma that was physically manifesting as like a, you know, a normal way that you walk or a normal way that you talk, things like that. So it's just very interesting to see how those dreams that were coming, it was like my subconscious mind was telling me the different things I needed to work on from even past lives. So yeah, I don't know why I felt like I needed to share that, but I did. It was just, I had a flashback to it and I was like, okay. But if you saw in the movie Manifest, her Gemini. You remember, if y'all have not seen the movie Manifest, that's kind of like the scenario too that I'm seeing. If y'all have watched the show Manifest. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you saw what I'm talking about, pretty much about how that person saw a picture of someone at a time when technically time stopped for him, but really time had passed, so he was like way older and she was a different age, but they were always supposed to be together and things like that. It's that same concept but different, and it's just interesting how movies will come out that kind of trail the same type of collective story that's going on in the spiritual realm, but nobody talks about that. But it's like you getting stories from real stories. You know what I'm saying, to the cuffs. But I feel like that's, yeah. But he was so mature, you know? He was so mature as far as like understanding that. Yeah, she would go through a period by herself. There was a period of her journey where she would have to do it by herself. Crazy shit. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah. But that's death, resurrection. So Taurus, this connection is really like resurrecting you. These karmics, they're resurrecting you. It's going to be a blessing in disguise. And I know you may feel like it's moving slow or different things like that, but your counterpart is coming in to just reassure you. Trust your dreams, trust your intuition, journal them, talk about them with yourself. Communicate back to your person, even if it's through journaling, writing, whatever works for you. But it's a real thing, okay? It's a real thing. 7 days a week, you just got to do it. And I promise you, it's going to really cut out all of the smoke and all of the clouds. And I feel like you're going to keep getting confirmations in your dreams of what I'm talking about. And I hope this makes sense for whoever it's for. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.